Assalamu alaikum, and welcome to another episode of Chit Chat and Chai. My name is Numan,
I'm Shahzad.
and we'll be introducing a topic of the East versus the West. Also
versus
featuring
My mom in the background. And she's been the legend of today's show because she served us all of this beautiful food that you see here.
Yeah,
And
just so
Yeah.
people see, we have chai. We've got our red dates.
that's it. Jujube, as it's called, I believe in Arabic. Who knows?
We've got our fresh fruit because no Uyghur or Uzbek table is complete without the fresh fruit.
Absolutely.
We've got this
Samsa.
samsa or porcha
samosa.
in Turkish.
Okay.
And
I believe everyone calls this by the same name.
kebab
Kebabs.
or kawab if you want to say Uyghur kawab.
Yes.
So and of course the chai, choi.
Yes, with Aussie fed lamb, and you can't get much better lamb than here in Australia.
Yeah. So all that and more.
Assalamu alaikum, guys. Today we're giving a tutorial on how to cook top-notch Uyghur kebabs. This is me, Shahzad from Chit Chat and Chai. These are the kebabs. All cooking on the way now. Some seasoning. And yeah, had some guests over today. Uyghur Turks. Fully Uyghur and fully Turks as well. So, yes ma'am.
So what are you speaking about today?
So we're speaking about hospitality and the differences between how the East and the West treats their guests, especially how we refer to as mihmandost. Essentially, that means being
Mihman.
hospitable to people. Right?
The guests.
Yeah.
So they have a very important place in our culture's
Yeah.
heart. You know, when you have a guest over, you've got to treat them in the best way. You can't ever just neglect them, or you can't treat them like, you know, it's just some random occasion. It's got to be something important.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. No, I believe that there is a culture here in the West where like your neighbor is not your friend. People are afraid of like really getting along with each other. Like I don't even know who my neighbors are.
Yeah, it's
Right?
sad.
Like, I've
eh?
never had them over to the house. The person who lives next door, I feel like there's a bit of, I don't know, animosity between us.
Where's he from?
Well, they're Indian, but that's not the reason why we don't get along. I feel like really like the matter, like the crux of the situation is that like there's just a whole like animosity, or like there's a whole what's the word? What am I looking for?
Just some sort of disassociation, like a
Yeah.
barrier.
Yeah.
Because I think in Australia and many Western societies, there's just a lot of individualism where it's, you know, the emphasis of community and neighborhood isn't really emphasized on. People don't care that much,
Absolutely.
sadly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I feel like we could learn a lot from Central Asia and
Oh,
Turkey
really?
as well.
Eh,
Yeah,
maybe.
the Uyghurs actually have one of the best hospitality cultures in the world, and we're known for inviting people from all over the world to our homes, no matter if they have, no matter the color of their skin or the language that they speak or the
Yeah.
faith that they practice.
You know what's really sad though
we're all
is
brothers in
there's
the
so
same
much
country.
there's so much like propaganda of like anti-Iran or anti-Iranian people. Although Iranian people are so nice, like they're so hospitable. Like if you're a tourist and you go to Iran, doesn't matter where you come from or who you are or how you get there, you're treated immediately like royalty just because you're a foreigner, because you're, you know, a stranger, but you're still visiting, you're a visitor.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
there's such an emphasis on treating people with kindness.
These are the gifts that we got today. A lot of fruits, as you can see. Here is a Chinese herbal medicine. Uyghur? Okay. I just got told that it's an Uyghur herbal medicine. You can see here. Mevcut devam Damshi. Essentially, it's just for the heart. But yeah, one of our Uyghur guests gave this to us today, so really grateful for that. And we have some fruits as well. Yeah. This is true Uyghur hospitality.
Oh, right. What was it called?
That's how it's done.
It's cold.
Absolutely.
It's the total opposite, though. I feel like, in the West, where you have strangers and, they stay as strangers. No one's making an effort to get to know one another. And there's not enough, emphasis on that. No one's talking about that.
I think there's there's a taboo. That's the word I was looking for. There's a taboo against knowing who your neighbor is because maybe it's a byproduct of the capitalist system that we live in, but really people they're competing against each other, right?
Yeah.
They would rather that land of their neighbors be theirs and have a bigger piece of land, right? Or
Wow.
whatever it is.
I guess so. If you want to think of it
Unfortunately,
greedily.
when Uyghurs come here and they get assimilated in Australia, they all of a sudden stop talking to each other. There's no community anymore, right? So
yeah, but do you think
that's a
though
byproduct
that's the only reason, just because it's very capitalistic in nature, the society we're in? Is that the only reason why Uyghurs sometimes feel hesitant to get to know one another? Is there another reason?
There's plenty of reasons, and
like Chinese spice?
Yeah, well, I mean, we've touched on that before, right? But yeah, there's a whole list of reasons that you could list as to why Uyghurs don't get along.
Yeah.
But the Western and Chinese cultures don't help. Let's be honest. We've been all over the place.
Yeah.
Conquered by the Chinese, now trying to assimilate in the West. That we're almost forgetting who we are as people and as a culture.
But should a culture who migrates into the Western societies, should that culture be lost? That group of people.
Absolutely.
I think it's just so much more beautiful when you're able to assimilate and understand, in a sense, not completely brainwash yourself to become someone totally different. You're able to understand it and then coexist. So you might have an Uyghur culture, but you're still trying to act like an Uyghur in Australia, and you still respect Australian rules and laws and social expectations. But at the same time, you like to eat Uyghur food, or you like to act like an Uyghur, or have pride, or just accomplishment, a sense of accomplishment in your culture. That's something.
So guys, welcome back to Chit Chat and Kebabs. Don't worry, we'll get into the content in just a minute. I just wanted to show you more of these amazing sizzling kebabs right here, right? And let me guarantee you when I say that this was top notch, right? Because there's nothing better than charcoal cooked kebabs like this. Numan is inside, he's having his food, but later we're gonna have a little interview and talk about a really interesting topic. So stay tuned.
That's something important.
Yeah, it's something that is very understated, right?
Yeah.
I can't put my finger on what the Australian culture is.
Yeah.
If you told me to kind of give you one Australian cultural value, I would say maybe
maybe good sportsmanship.
Yeah, or being going on runs every morning, which is or matcha tea.
They're very fit. Australians are very fit. They like to keep healthy.
Is
matcha tea.
Yeah, matcha tea as of recent, 2025. Everyone
no. That's I don't want to say that's Australian culture. Oh, okay, coffee culture. Yeah. Yes, coffee culture. That's a big one.
But yeah, going on runs and drinking coffee.
Caring for the underdog, rooting for the underdog. They always say that's like an Australian thing.
Well,
having a go, having a crack. People say, just give it a go.
I mean, you were born here, so you'd know more than me, but I can't. Yeah, but I went to very multicultural schools, so I can't say that I know what it means to be Australian. Maybe that's why I experienced a identity crisis when I was 20. So yeah, look, it happens. When you really start thinking about who you are as an individual, who your ancestors were.
Yeah.
All of a sudden you're like, where did I come from?
Yeah, yeah.
Like you just get into like an existential crisis, you know.
Well, we may have said this before, but I always feel so like embarrassed for someone, or just I feel like really sad when they don't know how to pronounce their own name. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to say like, oh, your own name. Like I know how to pronounce your name better than you, but it's like I feel bad when like someone can't still say the same tongue, the same way. You know? So let's
Can't
say.
roll their R's, for example. Yeah. Alerna Saleh. Alerna Saleh.
Stop. But no, like someone who's like whose name is Aisha, you know, and then
Yeah.
they say their name's Aisha.
Aisha.
Like your parents didn't really name you that, you know what I mean? Like, or
Yeah.
if their name is Khalid, but they still can't say the Kha. Like,
Well,
that's sad, man.
Maryam is Maryam, you know.
Yeah.
My name is still hard for people to pronounce.
Should we change it? Because I don't want to be called Numan. I like
Yeah.
Numan. I don't like Numan.
I don't like being called Shahzad or Shahads. I've been called like various variations of like
From someone dyslexic.
Yeah.
Bro,
Yeah.
okay, some Australians put no emphasis, no like, they don't try at all when it comes to pronouncing foreign names.
You
Like
can't
they'll
blame
just
them.
say, long name, you know, like I'm not even gonna try this name, you know? You know what I mean?
I know what you mean. There's so many times where we had the roll call and then some poor kid like called like Savindu or Srinivas, something like that. And the teacher's like, you know what, I'm not even gonna try with that one. I'm just gonna call you Sri and move
Yeah.
on.
Do you have a nickname by any chance? You know, like, oh my god.
Any Aussie name that you got here?
Yeah. So what's your Australian name? You know, like, oh, what's your real name? Nah, that's sad. And I see it especially with like I understand that the whole alphabet is totally different, but with Chinese students, international students, like I'm not judging, but I'll see someone whose name is David, and like I did not expect them to be named David, you know, or Ben, but it's a cool name. It's a very white name.
Yeah.
But when they're like Chinese and they have a beautiful name and it means something beautiful, like I think why not embrace it? Why not give it a go and just, you know, tell people, oh yes, my name is, what was your original name?
Well, Chinese in Pinyin is Shahzad.
So imagine introducing yourself as saying, hello, my name is Shahzad.
Yeah, that would be a nightmare. And as soon as we could, we got that changed. So, they can't
That's
even,
funny, actually.
so the thing is that the X is in English is pronounced like, you know, like
yeah.
But in Chinese it's pronounced sh.
Okay.
So like it's a sh sound.
Okay.
And when they saw the X, it was like Exiahumati or something like that.
Really? Wait. So you cannot ever try to correlate the Chinese.
They just called me xylophone when I was a kid.
Yeah. Well, it is what it is, but I think more people should be embracive of who they really are, like what their culture is, what their real names are. You know what I mean?
I agree.
I'll fight. I'll keep fighting for everyone to say Numan first, or just Numan is not even really the correct pronunciation. It's actually Numan.
Numan, yeah.
Numan.
I think
with
maybe you can just get it changed to an O.
No way. That's super Pakistani, and I respect that. But I'm Turkish, you know. I want people to assume that I'm Turkish.
You want to make sure that people know you're Turkish.
Yeah, I think Nouman. Like I think even with Lebanese or people who are Arab, they have that name as well, Nu'man, but they'll spell it with an O, and then because that's the R sound, the Ain, which is that letter, Ain letter.
Yeah. That doesn't exist in the 26-letter alphabet.
No, so, English people, they won't be able to say it.
But you know, I've had, not to say like let's not have like this whole all rule for one, you know, kind of thing. Yeah. Because like I know a lot of English white Australians who can really speak Uyghur so well. I've met 2 in my lifetime.
Really?
And one of them changed their name from Rob to Rahimjan.
Wow, that's amazing.
So like, you know, Rahim, the name, right? In Arabic it means what? Merciful? Yeah. So he changed from Rob to Rahimjan to an Uyghur name, and he can read and speak Uyghur perfectly.
Wow. Interesting.
Yeah. And he spent about a year and a half in East Turkestan, and he learned most of it there. Yeah.
That's incredible. Like,
so you can't apply like one rule for all kind of thing. We like to say that like all people can't say this or that. Yeah. There are exceptions to the rule.
No, I've met many like cultured like really interested people from perhaps like an Australian background or Western background, but they're just so passionate about multiculturalism and understanding people. Like we need more people like that, I think, where they're just so ready to accept it, but not just that. They don't just want to leave it like that. They want to learn more and embrace it. Like we need people from our own cultures to be like that. But instead we're having the opposite where it's like, no, I want to leave my beautiful, rich history, culture from Central Asia or East Asia or the Middle East, and I want to adopt something totally different, which my ancestors would never even come close to.
So this is the final result. This is my mom. Salam, mom.
Hi.
How are you?
How are you?
Yeah. Look at this. This is Uyghur kebab, or kebab as they say in the West. On a skewer, all meat, all lamb, premium quality lamb. This is how it's done here. From there to here on the plate, and now we're about to serve the guests. Merhamet. Afiyet olsun. Okay.
Rules just so you can fit in. Usually that's the case, and I feel like sometimes it's a bit sad.
Going back to our original topic about hospitality, what do you reckon people can do to be more hospitable here in Australia? What do you think? Any suggestions?
I think, well...
Is it just as simple as leaving your door open, not locking it, because we're all like...
You definitely can't do that. You can't just leave your door open, but
humans.
I think there are more ways that a community can connect with one another. I'm not expecting someone from all the way in Sunshine to come to my house, in the southeast. Like someone in the west I can't expect them to do that. But if I'm trying to connect with my neighborhood, it's got to be first of all the people who are closest to me. So within, the like Casey Council area or within Dandenong or whatever, like I'm expecting, at least that if I can put in some effort and organize something like a barbecue or some sort of nice event at a community house, then more people should feel invited, to come to my house. Like that's how it starts usually. You set up relationships outside of the home and then you bring them into your home. I can't expect anyone to immediately just walk into my house and say, "Oh, hello, can I have some tea?" So unless you live right next door, can I just get some sugar?
To some level that they won't like kill you, like, right?
I
at
think
least
we've got a few psychopaths around here.
And then steal your kidneys, and next morning you're in the bathtub.
Yeah, just avoid Dandenong. So hospitality is great in all places except Dandenong. Sorry, Dandenong.
Well, look, Dandenong, I've been here for 12 years, man. Don't talk bad about Dandenong. It's my home.
Sorry. Okay. So still though, I think if people were to initiate more, programs or events or activities where the community can get together, and I'm not talking about just one group. Like I get it, usually you have your ethnicity, like there's a Turkish club and all the Turks from all over that one area will come and they'll, get to know one another, and that's good. But I'm talking about at the same time, like since Australia is already so multicultural, why not just have it so that it's just Dandenong, just Hallam, just this or that. So that way it's like you're not trying to exclude anybody, You all are you're not really strangers just by the distance that you have between one another, which is so close. Just because of how close you guys are, you should be already a little bit able to accept that you can be more than strangers. You can be friends.
Yeah, we're all humans at the end of the day.
Friends by proximity. That's what I meant.
Look, if you cut us open, we all bleed the same blood, right? So that's the whole message of the story, is that don't be a stranger. Like there's a word in literal English and Aussie English as well. Don't be a stranger. And I feel like that's being lost on people nowadays, right? Because everyone's a stranger. I feel like I go to the library a lot to just study and work. No one makes eye contact in the library anymore.
I mean,
like no one.
But people are at the library for like usually one thing, and that's just to study or read. So I get that people don't want to.
I guess
talk.
That's the whole purpose, But you still want to like really.
So when you go to a park, though, do you want to make a conversation with someone?
Why not? Why not? If it's
don't you think maybe it's just online has replaced that?
I think so. Yeah, I think
like everyone now is getting into relationships online. Like no one that I know of has ever just met each other at a park. That feels like it feels creepy. It feels like I don't know. Okay, cool. So you guys just randomly met. Like sometimes it's romantic, sometimes it's really cool, but sometimes it's like, oh, you just went up to somebody? Huh.
That's just the way it is nowadays. Like, look, you make your lifelong partner through like Instagram.
Yeah.
Nowadays, that's just
Something
how it is.
quick and short.
Yeah, Instagram is the way that people send letters nowadays.
Yeah, it is sad.
And maybe that's a story for another day. You know.
Yeah, I do feel like though social media has become this poison in people's minds about hospitality. Like, can we still be nice to people if we've never met them in real life? You know, if we only met them online?
I think you can. I think your intentions travel through the, you know, the matrix into the phone of the other person.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. It's like, you know, if you want to get to know somebody now, usually it involves an online interaction first, and then you can sort of get to know each other in person. But even then, there's a risk because you don't know if the person online is really who they say they are.
I think now everyone's just so public with their profiles, and it's gotten to a stage. Your whole life is online, man. You're posting your like graduation, which I do as well. You're posting your wedding, your like your entire like children. It's like
yeah, that's why I wouldn't really go that far as to posting every moment. You know what I'm eating, you know what my children are doing if I have children. Like it's like
just going off topic, bro. Right, you know,
it's good though. This is hospitality.
It links to like the culture clash, right?
Yeah, how nice can you be if all you've ever spoken to people is through online?
Yeah, well, that's a question for another day.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. Any morals that you want to know? Any
don't become so dependent on online interactions, I think. Like try to just speak up in person. Don't shield yourself to the online sphere. I feel like it's poisonous sometimes, you know.
That goes without saying, yeah.
Yeah. 100%.
Well, thank you.
That's it. Thank you for the chai. Thank you for the tea. I'm gonna drink this off camera.
Hoş geldiniz. That means welcome, by the way. And I have that in front of every episode. I'm not sure if you guys pay attention.
Oh wow. Oh yeah, I have actually. Yeah. Good. We'll put a little Easter egg in, you know, for next time. All right. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum. Hoş